Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Society Now, a show that endeavors to provide our groundbreaking stories and editorials that ignite perspective, excite passion, and invoke social consciousness. My name is Kira Laws, and I'm your host. And you can follow me at The Modern Day Cindy on Instagram. And this is my lovely co-host.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, I'm Allison Bullock, and you can follow me at Miranda Inc.
She knows her name today, y'all. She knows her name.
But we have a special guest.
Who are you?
Hello,
tell the people who you are.
My name is Bianca Harris. I am Speaks Experience is where you can find me on Instagram. And I'm a motivational speaker. You guys, I just love how
she just came in so elegantly.
I mean, we all loud and
we're so
rambunctious.
loud. And speaking of which, we want to welcome all of our Facebook viewers. We know you guys kind of trickle on. We are so excited that you're here. Please do not forget to subscribe, review, and share. And definitely do not forget to donate. Now, remember, you only have 15 minutes. And then after that, if you have not subscribed or if you have not been a part of our show, after 15 minutes, unfortunately, you're cut off. And guess what? We don't want to cut you off. We want you to be a part of this.
To be a part,
so
because we love you guys.
Do not forget to subscribe. You can do it on Stitcher, Google Play,
Amazon.
No, iTunes.
iTunes.
Not Amazon, but
not
Amazon
iTunes.
can definitely get on board if you want to. Please
come
follow us
get
at
this.
thespheretv.com. Okay, here we go.
Come get this, y'all.
So we have a lot that's going on in the news.
I mean, well, first of all, let's talk about why did I feel like when I read this morning, I felt like I was in the middle of, I'm not trying to be funny, you guys, but I was like, okay, this a Virginia shooting. It's so many, every week is something new happening, right? And it's all around this administration. It's like so much negativity and hate. And I hate that the shooting happened, and I hate that it, people can't enjoy themselves, right?
Exactly.
So it's sad that someone was caught shooting. President Trump said that the shooter was caught, but I felt some type of way about it. I don't know if it's because there's so much other stuff happening in the news, and I was like, it's just too much. This is happening. We have testimonies going on, and I felt like it was so much.
So,
I don't know.
I agree. And so there's a couple of things that I want to say. You guys know I always try to be very careful with what I say, and I try to be very
careful.
PC. But number one, we cannot forget the real issues. You guys, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in today's world, and I feel like the news can sometimes be very distracting, and you need to almost filter the news that you're given. So it seems like, and I hate to say this, I know someone dies every day, but it seems like, I agree with you, around this administration, it seems like the death toll has just kind of gone up.
And not even just the death toll, but just the amount of attention it's getting. Because I feel like there's so many things happening in urban areas that we're not talking about. Like,
I agree.
there's the killings that happen in Chicago daily. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get this much attention. And I know it's different. I know we're in a different time and people want to talk about it, but I'm like, everything to me, if we're talking about it from that perspective, everything is newsworthy, right?
Yes.
So what do you think about it? I mean, I feel like you have some thoughts about this.
Because you know she's sitting at the mic like, I really want to say
perspective.
Something. Please.
Well, no, I mean, I agree with you. I feel like, you know, with this new administration that's here, and I'm trying to be very careful with my words, it seems as if there's a lot of negativity going on when it comes to the news. Somebody's dying. Somebody's suing somebody. It's always something. And I feel like because of the things that have happened over the course of the new administration coming into power, there's been a lot of things going on. So I'm just sitting back watching. I don't really have much to say, because I think most of what I have to say is kind of negative about this
it's your opinion.
It's your opinion.
It's an opinion.
But
So
everyone might not receive it as a positive.
So,
and
instead, I listen, and because I try to play devil's advocate, I try to stay in the neutral zone. But every time I look up, it's something against that, being in the neutral zone.
And in society now, this is what's happening. The reality of there's a lot of things. It's not an inclusive administration.
Well, let's talk about so it's so non-inclusive that you have 200 Democrats suing the president for money.
Who? What?
Because
when
they
does this
feel
happen?
like-
Wait, say that one more time, because I don't think they heard
There's
you.
200 Democrats just saying that over foreign payments. So pretty much in the Constitution, it says that the president should not have any business dealings with foreign,
Exactly.
And so apparently he has not cut off these foreign relationships in his business practices. And so there's 200 Democrats that are suing, and they have an open invitation to any Republican that wants to join in on this lawsuit. It's not a closed thing, so it's not party specific. It's just like he's violating the Constitution. So I know a lot of people,
As the president of the United States.
Right.
Why are
so-
they surprised? He's
Well-
never said that he was going to.
well, actually,
Well, did he
This
say?
to me actually is somewhat surprising. Now I will say this. There's a lot of things that I think people should just realize that it's not off limits with this new administration. But before we go forward, we want to say that these are just our opinions. Number one, we do not condone violence. And I just want to say that because you have a lot of people that are very, very passionate about.
Right.
Kaylen, he just said, yeah, this is heartbreaking. And we're giving 45 in this administration is too much airtime.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, and I understand where he's coming from, because I do feel like the amount of attention. Some people thrive off of attention, right? And I know we, as Americans, we are, we're owed, or we're due the right to know what's happening, because people need to be aware. Because if you didn't know, if we did not get the attention or get the information, if people are like, well, I didn't know. So it's good to know so people can be informed. I just think that at this point, we're not even 200 days in. Like, we just passed the 100-day mark like last month or 2 months ago, or whatever. And it just seems like it seems like people are, I guess, shocked. They, many people voted
Very much so.
this, for this particular candidate, and a lot of people are disappointed. So it's interesting to see how the tide is changing. Well,
I'm
I don't know.
just-
Bianca looks like I want to say so much, but
I
I'm going to
do.
be really careful with what I say.
I do, because I'm very
understand.
passionate about politics, and I want people to understand that in this new generation, to say the word "stay woke," we are, and we're very informed on what's going on, and he's not living up to expectations. Everybody thought, oh, when he gets into power, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. He literally told us every time he stepped up to a podium, every time he went to a crowd meeting, he told us what he was going to do.
Well, and I like what Gary said. Gary said people who voted on emotion and instead of logic, absolutely.
Can we talk about
Can we get a clap
it?
on that? Click. I mean,
Boom.
because
That
it was
thing
an
is
emotional.
real.
It was it was an emotional thing. It was an emotional because he said some
was.
things that ignited or excited some people that they probably felt like they were forgotten, right? Because they felt like that our previous administration wasn't for them. And now they're realizing that
Like,
it's
wait a
really
minute.
all politics, right? It's all
At the
politics.
beginning and the end of the day.
It's all politics. So I don't know. But I feel like this was a really weird news week anyway. What's going on with his dad?
Okay, so there's a lot. Okay, so you guys know this is a sensitive issue, period. So this is actually really kind of heartbreaking. Switching to what is he saying, people? Gary, I contend that many thought they were voting logically. Yes, Caitlyn just said that. A lot of people actually thought it was a logical vote.
They probably
Clearly, because he's the president of the United States.
What's logical about him being
Because
president?
people wanted to make
He
America
has no
great again.
He has no political.
But they said, let's give him a chance.
History.
I was going to say something,
What,
but because
what bill
I'm
has
not
he
gonna
passed?
say it.
What law
Well, they
has
felt like
he
we
made?
can give him a chance because we gave the other person a chance and he wasn't qualified either.
Oh.
They felt like he wasn't
Yeah, we
qualified.
went there. It's
Wasn't
happening
he-
right
Okay,
now.
so
It's
the
happening
office?
right
What's
now.
heartbreaking? What is heartbreaking in the news?
So okay, so this is so we went from one heartbreak to my headache to a heartbreak. Now we're laughing about this, but I just warn people before
Please.
we even say this news. So it's the sexual assault, as we all know, is pretty alive in today's economy. But this one, in reading, for those that don't know, and I've got to remember where exactly it happened, but in Philadelphia, there was a gentleman who actually raped and abused a 1-year-old and killed him. And at first they thought he was the stepfather, but come to find out it was only the mother's boyfriend. And someone found the young boy unresponsive. And then when they took him to the doctor, the hospital, they pronounced him dead. So there are more and more cases in the last 2 or 3 years. Cases like this have increased. Now, some people say, well, this always have, stuff like this has always happened. But because of social media, as we say from day one, it makes things like this go viral. I didn't actually find this on social media. Typically, they're pretty quick with this, but I wanted to bring this back up because to bring awareness to sexual abuse in your own home. This gentleman who was the mother's boyfriend abused and killed her child.
Well, let's talk about this from a different perspective because if I was reading the article correctly, the young man was 15.
Yes.
So the boyfriend was 15. The baby was 1. So is that
The dad was 24.
Okay.
Say his
Who
name
was-
is Salem.
Who's
Salem.
15?
So somebody was 15 in the story. Someone was young in the
Okay.
story. Attempted murder at 15.
So there's 2 articles. This one says 15 and another article says 20, says that the gentleman was 24.
Okay.
So as we all know, news.
Or is this a cold case? Is this a situation where it happened and they
believe
just
so.
now caught up with it?
No, this is a recent one.
Okay.
This is a recent one.
Okay. But either way, it's still a young person.
Very young.
A young person who killed a child.
Yeah.
And sexually assaulted a child. Now, I've never been in a situation where I hadn't, my husband and I have a child. So I don't know the relationship issues or perspective of a single mom with a kid dating. Right. But for me, I'm very careful about who I bring my child around, and I'm married. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want everybody holding her. I don't want everybody caring for her. I don't like her touching everyone. I mean, I'm very like, oh, I could be and I, so when I think about this and I think about I feel like the level of trust you have to have for someone to be around your kid and how that trust is broken because they violated your child and then killed them.
And I'm really careful when I make this comment. Parenting is defined by the individual. For some people, it's like, hey, I need a babysitter. I can take him down to the next door. The vetting process is not as rigorous for certain people, certain families. And I think this article is just one of those things where you just want to make sure that you vet out who's around your kid. You want to make sure. I just remember growing up, I was never, number one, I was like ridiculously sheltered, overly sheltered. Like I wasn't allowed to go outside by myself till I was like 15 years old.
Well, heck, my mom wouldn't let me go to anybody's house. She was
I
like,
wasn't allowed houses,
no house. If I don't, nothing.
But
No
but
slumber parties, none of that.
That it's almost like the vetting process for some, not all. It's not like that. It's kind of like, well, where did you go? Oh, I went to my friend's house. My mom just let me. I was like, my mother had to have your blood type, your social security number, your email address, your passport.
But this is the thing. Did this happen in her home? Because it's one thing to go outside of your home. It's another thing for it to happen in your home. And this is 1-year-old. So clearly the little boy wasn't going anywhere by himself.
Clearly.
But I just think that
it was his boyfriend.
It's a different time, though. You have to think about that. Now grandmothers are getting younger and younger, and mothers are getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
So everything is changed now. Everything is different. I know my mother, she was a single mom, and she definitely did things different. I was around everybody. I was exposed to a lot of different things. So everybody's experiences are different. It's all about how you were raised, how you were taught. So, there's no more G mamas. There's no more, those people in your life, those older ladies in your life that, hey, baby, that's not what you're supposed to do. Or check him or ask him questions.
So you guys, look, this is such a heated topic. And one thing that we're all talking about, since we're on Family Matters, if you will, this portion of our show was sponsored by the one and only Houston Housewife of Finance. So talking about getting your house in order, did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% are more than 77 million of Americans do not pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say that they do not have enough savings. Don't become one of those statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email them at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask them how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. Y'all, we love them. Contact them. Get your house in order. Get your finances in order.
I just had a really quick comment to your statement. So I think age is a factor, but not completely, because you think about it, our grandparents had our parents at a young age, most of them, right? Most of our grandparents were having their kids at a very young age.
Very much so.
I think it's about the maturity, and I also think about it's the access.
I think it's the value.
The value too, the values, but I don't think it's age specific. I think it's more so the value system, because the access they have to different things, they see things differently. So the desires are, the needs, like, versus, what they see and what they want and out of life is different. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
So you know what? All of our Facebook viewers, we know that you have some information about this. We know that you want to talk, but guess what? Our time here is over. It's like a bad breakup, but you don't want to break up with us. We're like a couple. We're in a committed relationship.
You cannot walk away from us.
Please, look, make sure
we're in relationship.
Review, share, and donate.
You better
really,
subscribe.
Really important. We really want to make sure that you're a part of this. We talk about real issues and we try to make light of it, but we really want you to be a part of this. Guess what? You can be a part of our family, because you want to, by clicking on either iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or Stitcher. Make sure that you join us now at Society Now, and don't forget to do those things. We absolutely adore you. We love you, and we will see you next Wednesday, but hopefully we'll see you the entire time. Take care, Facebook. We love you. All right, so, man, that was pretty heated.
I mean, it is heated. I think, and I know one of the comments that we see on Facebook Live, I know we're not there with them anymore, but it's age is indicative of maturity. And I think that we would like that to be the case, but that's not always true, right? Not always true. There's a lot of grown people by age who are immature in the mind. So
I know 65-year-olds who act like 12-year-olds.
So when you start putting that type of, you're old enough to know, you might be old enough to know, but whether you know is just not, that age thing is just not a qualifier. I'm sorry. It's just not a qualifier. Let's talk about what happened in London. I think.
Yeah. So did you guys hear, my little comment was Great Balls of Fire. It seems like there's just been a lot of just traumatic issues that have been happening
in London, though. It seems like,
what is happening?
I feel bad. Like, my heart goes out to the people in London. I feel like every other month that something happened. It's like a bombing. It's like stuff on the subway. It's always something. And I'm like, why are they the target? What makes London I'm going to say, air quotes, you guys, perfect target? They're not. But you know what I'm saying? This is sad. This is really sad.
Like, literally, so massive fires pretty much engulfed London's high rise. So at least, I think they said 12 were dead. At least that was the statistics this morning. And 74 people injured. So literally, it was a high rise building, and like, it just
blew up.
Massive fire just blew them up. I don't know what the cause of it was. As we all know, news is rotating, and day by day we'll get more and more facts and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that this happened in London, so I agree with you, Kira. It was like one of those things where on Facebook, it's like prayers go out to London, because it seems like they have just been targeted in a way. And we don't want to say that, because we're still praying for you. We're not going to say that you are a target, but we're just saying that there's just been a few incidents that no one likes, because if it affects you, it affects us.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because we believe in that.
We believe in that. We're watching, we're watching what's going on all over the world, because our hearts go out to anyone that has a loss. It's just so sad. When I saw it on the news this morning, I was like, what is going on in the world? Like,
I'll be honest, I didn't think that it was real, because of course, I'm a professional scroller because we don't troll.
Get them right.
I love
Get
how
them
you
right,
did that.
Allison.
When
That
I was
was
doing it, I
awesome.
was like, no way. And I was like, dude, this really happened
It happened in real life.
in real life.
It did. And I just see like again, we know things like this happen. It just seems like where it happened, it just seems like it's just sad. It really is sad. I
So
don't
we
know.
were talking about London, but also bringing it back home. Who's at fault in Flint? So Flint's been in the news. For first, it was
The
like
government.
Everybody was.
I don't know.
Flint. Then all of a sudden, Flint just disappeared. Like people didn't talk about Flint because there were so many other issues that happened. But now
Because-
they are charging Michigan's health chief is with involuntary manslaughter.
It's because somebody has to take the fall.
Someone has to take the fall.
I want to know how long he's been in that position for him to become the fall guy.
Whoa.
Because those are the type of questions I have. Because Flint's water just didn't automatically happen that way.
Like
It just,
all of a sudden, like,
this was
boop,
this.
it just
I
turned
believe
around.
it just happened over time, and they were very much aware that this was occurring. My understanding, right? But he is the person that sits in the seat. So I mean, those are my thoughts. These are just thoughts.
No,
people.
and
This
that
is
makes
true.
sense.
This is true.
I'm like, I want to know how long he's been in that position. Was it that as soon as he got the job, he knew about it, he didn't do anything, or was it? Was because he's been in the job, and so this whole time, because you can't go back and do anything to the person who was in the seat because he doesn't look old. He didn't like an old man. He looked like a younger. mid.
Yes.
Mid. Something like.
Yes.
So how long had he been in a position for him to take the fall?
And so they pulled it back, and his name is Nick Lyon, and they said that he's accused of failing to alert the public about the outbreak in the Flint area, which was linked by some experts for the poor water
Legionnaires'
quality
disease.
in 2014 and 2015.
So
this went back
Oh.
14, 15. And
this
recently-
is just happening.
I know, but
I'm
you guys,
sorry.
and I guess this is what
so
was,
this is news.
but it's news. But okay, so this sounds
Because
really
this
bad.
is pre-existing things, you guys.
It's
Right.
pre-existing, but and I'm gonna just say it. I forgot about Flint.
I didn't.
My name
did.
is Allison.
I
I'm
did
being
too.
truthful.
I did.
I
I did.
forgot about
I did.
Flint.
I didn't because I know so many people that are from Michigan. I know so many people that are always. People that I follow, people I
So,
communicate with. They're from Michigan.
I forgot about it.
I didn't forget about Flint because it's always something on my timeline and my social media
They're
about Michigan.
overshadowed so hard. by other
the news.
things.
I guess this is the part of staying woke, right?
There we go.
If you expect the
Yes.
news to run the stories that you're interested in 24/7,
Yes.
you're gonna be lost. It's gonna be,
Yeah.
we have to be vigilant and intentional about the things we stay aware of, and that's not gonna be on the forefront because we have a new administration and a lot of stuff going on with that. So Flint is not number one right now, but this is because someone's the fall guy now. So we have to have a
So
story
now we
about
brought
that.
it back up. So that's why I was like, who's at fault with Flint? Because everyone's like, oh, poor Flint, donate, help. But everyone's like, but who's to blame? Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Now
This
you
man-
actually have
It's
finally
everybody. I think it's it's
Oh,
everybody.
it's just not one person.
I don't
Let's be
think
clear.
one person can take the fall for everything. There's no way in the world.
No, but come on, we live in the United States of America, so of course
One person-
can be a fall for a billion people. Come on now, it's the American
It's
way, right?
Involuntary manslaughter in Flint
Again,
water
that's
probe.
that's opinions of Allison and not of the Sphere Network.
I'm
Yeah,
just
see,
So I'm
here.
gonna put that in there.
I just, it's important. I will thank you for the disclaimer. It's
No
definitely
problem.
important to say that.
That's what I'm here for.
But additionally, I just feel like this is really messed up. Because I'm sure that he wasn't the only person aware.
Not at
But
all.
he's the easiest person to put a finger on, right?
Which is sad.
Yeah,
Which
so,
is very sad.
So let's keep Flint in our prayers for a lot of reasons.
No, seriously. Do
For the
not
water, for the
forget
people.
about Flint.
I
You
just
know.
wish I want everybody who's involved to come to the light.
Oh, for
not
sure.
just him.
Right.
I do not want
You go ahead and
just
you speak
him.
that to existence.
I
That's what
am.
Bianca
Okay,
said.
so a man
She
thinking
wants
so
all
it
to come
is.
to life. Because I think that's great.
Put it out into the universe.
Yes,
Look.
I am. I hope it all comes to fruition that everything and everyone that's involved is taken care of. That's all.
Well, this portion of our show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and a friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Baptiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Baptiste at Elite Dental Wellness at 713-789-8680. Again, that's 713-789-8680. Yay.
We love them.
And we love our teeth.
We do.
We love our teeth, man.
It's important.
Please love your teeth.
Dental.
I mean, look at these small
Dental. It's the dimples. See, people pay attention more to my dimples than my teeth.
But
No,
then
it's
the
the
dental
teeth.
brings you into the teeth.
Dental, like the dimple to
I
the
don't.
dentist.
I don't.
Oh.
Yes.
I wasn't there for that, y'all.
You weren't, not
I
even
wasn't
close.
there.
It's okay.
Right,
But
that's
look
okay.
at my teeth.
Wonderful.
Though.
They're beautiful.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Pay attention to
Okay.
your teeth.
So speaking of
It's
paying attention
Okay.
and mouth, I don't know how I can just.
I don't know how
that.
that.
Then I really
don't
tried. I was a
know.
stretch.
I don't know.
You stretched
That sounded
it.
really bad. Was that
You
a stretch?
stretched it.
Teeth and dinner.
Teeth and dinner.
Okay, let's talk
Yes.
about
Oh, because that's great.
Dinner.
So we're gonna go ahead and take dinner and discourse. That we're
That's
going.
good.
I love
We're gonna
it.
tie
I
it.
love
Like
it.
that everybody in the room gave me this look, guys. You weren't here, but you probably gave me the look from behind
There.
the camera. I'm almost certain. So it has gone viral because you guys know I love social media about actress Amanda Seales. Is it Seales? Did I say that?
Seals.
Seales.
And she's amazeballs.
She is definitely
Yes,
amazing,
she
boss,
is.
because we're gonna go ahead and give her a clap, right? Boom,
Yes,
there it goes.
come on, give it to her.
Because she pretty much schooled Miss Caitlyn Jenner on white
privilege. Yes, she
and
did.
There's a reason why we're bringing this up.
Stand up in my
This is a show that really brings things. We are trying to bring things that you can talk about, but she brought something up that was like, because Jenner was like, I just don't understand. I just believe in this country.
Yeah, and she was like, well, you can believe in this country in a way that I can never believe in this country, and tried to explain. And it was that come back as if what Amanda was saying wasn't real, that she had to go back and tell her, no, sis, this is what it is, sis. In
air quotes. Keep doing them.
air quotes.
I
sis.
love that.
And I just felt like, okay, so this is a conversation. I really wish I'd have been at a seat at the table. Come on, Solange, where's Solange Renita? Give me a seat at the
table.
I could have been there just
So you guys,
sipping my green tea.
it's this little last part when she said, this country ain't here for me in the same way, sis. And I want to say this because LeBron James, during the last, was it before during the NBA finals, when he talked about when his house got vandalized, how he pretty much was like, hey, you guys, I'm a black man.
Rich
Just
or not.
because I've got money, I'm still a black man.
Mm-hmm.
This still affects me. And I think that it has to be a constant reminder, because people think that just because you have money or you're in a certain tax bracket, the color of your skin doesn't matter.
And I think she said some hard truths that many of the people at that table wasn't ready for.
Not all. Katy Perry was there.
And she said, well, it was Katy Perry's dinner.
Yes.
So she said, well, in order for even a black woman to get welfare, the man couldn't even be in the house. Separation. And she
brought some hard
She
truths.
brought some hard truths that
Yep.
people at the table weren't even aware of.
Nope.
It's that miseducation that gets people like, okay, oh well, I didn't, it's that's where the white privilege comes in, because you're so privileged that you don't realize there's things
That's not even your reality. Not even a little bit.
not even a little
Not
bit.
even a little. And you guys, we're saying this because it brings awareness, and we hope that this ignites, which is one of the things that we try to do, conversation, real conversations, more than just, well, it's a black and a white thing. Well, in some cases, it really can be a black and white thing. And the conversation needs to happen in an articulate way.
And another thing yes, absolutely. And another thing she said, which I believe is so important, is she said, I'm passionate, I'm not hostile.
And I know that hits you close to
And
home.
I
know that hits you close to
As a black
home.
woman, guys, that whole conversation about if I say something and you think that it's someone, oh, you're impassioned, don't do that.
You
Don't-
sure you're not impassioned?
Yeah, I mean, because
Kira?
I'm passionate.
But not impact. Because don't get it twisted.
There
Those
is
are
a
two
fine
definitions.
line between the two. And when you say that, it's very I don't know what would be the appropriate word to say right now, but it's
I love
condescending. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, what you're saying is you're questioning what I'm saying, and you're trying to make me feel like something's
Yeah.
wrong, like I'm odd because I have something to say. And I'm glad she cleared it up. I'm passionate. I'm not hostile. Let's be clear
So what
about
if
this.
somebody else said it? So what if Caitlyn
Oh,
Jenner said it?
yeah. She
Would she
went there.
would-
She went
would
there.
she be
100%.
passionate?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well,
In
she would
passion?
definitely.
Come
what
on
would
now.
she be?
She would.
It's enough.
It
The
is enough.
stereotypes, really? Like,
Because
Are we
what
past them yet?
well she made Amanda made some really good points, and she said, just a couple of years ago they wouldn't even have recognized you, but they're recognizing you and giving you a platform, sis. You know what I mean? Like there's a different recognition.
Completely.
There's a different recognition, and I think that it's something that we're still fighting for.
You are awarded for being a woman.
But I appreciate her, speaking of Jenner, her, because she said, I just don't understand. And you have a group of people that literally still just don't get it. So
and they will never get it.
But I hate to say, I don't want to say that's okay, but I appreciate the fact that she's
honesty.
like, I'm trying, but you guys, I don't get it because I believe in this country. And the country that I believe in, what you're telling me doesn't, because when I go outside, that's not what I see. The conversations with my friends, that's different.
But you've been in this affluent space since you were a kid almost. He was in young 20s when he was, when he started an Olympian. Like you haven't had as an adult that experience. You haven't had the adult experience of life as a regular person.
I think that we just need empathy. I don't think that everybody's going to understand.
Yeah.
I don't think people are always going to necessarily take the side of what we're at. But I feel that we're in that space. Be empathetic that we are in that space for a reason. Nobody is just, woe is me, or, I'm black, so please just look at me. We're in that space for a reason. Just be empathetic towards it.
Absolutely.
And say, I really don't get it. So that maybe in some way, in some time and form, you'll be able to get it.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about a cop who was not empathetic. And this is interesting. So in Florida, a 41-year-old actually got put in jail for 180 days on May 30th because he would not give his phone, the password to his iPhone, to the police. The police officer. And so the question is, are you password protected? Do you have to give, if you get pulled over by a cop, you have your cell phone, if the cop says open up your phone, do you have to give them?
No.
And as a lawyer,
no.
Okay.
No.
Because literally he was put in jail for 180 days because the police asked for his iPhone password and he did not get it. So he was charged. But it goes on because the gentleman was not innocent. So, let me not say that. He said that he was charged with aggravated child abuse, and he insisted that he gave them his password, but he didn't. So there's a lot of other.
There's a lot of other things today.
This article has a lot of layers to it, but the point of the article, in addition to the child abuse, is it lawful? You don't have this. You don't have to give because your phone has nothing to do with. Your phone is not. Your phone is not. Let's see. Your phone is not. Your phone is not hiding drugs or a weapon, right? Because, for instance, if they have reasonable cause to act, to pop your trunk, it's because they feel like you have something in it that's illegal. Okay. Your phone is not carrying any of that. Let's be clear about that. So you don't have to unlock your phone. So I wonder, what do you do in a situation like that? Like if I get pulled over and the police, and I'm by myself, and let's just say it's 8:00 at night, I
think under a reasonable the reasonable person standard, right? Reasonably, prayerfully, guys, I'm not saying reasonably, but prayerfully, a cop would not ask for that. Because there has to be a reason for them to want your phone. There's nothing in something like your phone is not a weapon or a drug. So it's nothing that you can do with your phone.
So you don't think that's just random something?
That's and I think, like you said, the story has a lot of layers to it.
Because it was dealing with, this gentleman was charged with child abuse and some other things. Yeah.
So I'm not sure. This story has layers to it. But the phone issue, no. So I'm not buying that.
So, and again, this particular story has a lot of layers to it. So it's not just somebody randomly just stopped. I was just asking if somebody.
We're in Texas, and so from my understanding, here in Texas, there is no unlock your phone thing. Now, if you feel like you're in a situation that something might happen, and you don't have anything to hide, I don't think it's a problem with it. But I personally, you're gonna need a warrant for that.
Honestly, what would you do?
Need a warrant for that.
For those of you that are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, add us. We want to know what you think.
And my phone is locked, but it's still recording. You're going to need a warrant for that. Absolutely.
You guys, I love it because Kira gets this face and it's like,
determined.
Oh, you're going to need a warrant for that. Like, I can't even do that.
I mean,
I'm probably in a small, I'm like, you're going to, wait a minute. You're gonna need a warrant for that.
You're gonna need a warrant for that. Like you're like, you're gonna need a warrant.
I feel like when she starts investigating, it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's going down.
Seriously, it's a legit wrap.
That's gonna hurt you. That's gonna cause you any harm. So it's no reason that you never. What are you gonna do? My phone? Delete what I'm recording? Absolutely.
So
she has a lawyer.
It's crazy because on one side, but I'm like, okay, for him, of course, they were looking at him because of child abuse. But I'm like, even as a,
but he was stopped, right?
He was stopped
in a car by himself.
And he had the article goes on to say that the reason why he's kind of fighting, he's like, well, no, I gave them my password, but they still put me in jail. So, but again, when you're dealing with child abuse,
that's a whole nother.
I don't want to say.
Is this an allegation of child abuse? Because it seems like to me it seems.
No,
like
it says he was actually charged with aggravated child abuse.
But okay, so I don't even, when we talk about child abuse, it's so many layers to that, because if I snatch my child a certain way, that could be child abuse.
That can be considered child abuse.
Too. So it's sorry for the demonstration, but it could if I need a reason to arrest you, I will find one. Mm-hmm. Let's go on. Jeff Sessions.
Whoop! Society second on your tail. All day.
I don't know the facts of that, but I'm just saying.
No, which is true. Because
I don't know.
Let's keep it rolling.
That wasn't the title.
Not at all.
The story. The story was about the
password. Yep.
So
keep it moving.
I don't think the child abuse part was that. Yeah.
So many layers. So
many layers.
So Jeff Sessions, poor Jeff.
Man.
Jeff don't even know. He signed up for something. He signed up for, he doesn't even.
Jeez Louise.
Lord bless his heart.
Help him.
Help him, Lord.
Help him.
This man, he's upset because they question him about Russia, as they should.
As they should,
because apparently it's a lot of collusion happening.
A lot.
And he rejected claims that he colluded with Russia before the election, during the election, after the election. He pretty much said it was a testable lie. He actually used another word. I couldn't find it, but they actually said they try to make a definition of it. It was something with an S. I don't know. It was something silly.
Gotta love it.
But what do y'all feel about this? What do you feel about the Watergate of 2017? What are y'all feeling about it? I don't know.
Just like with Watergate, it's getting ugly.
Yeah. So how many more people you think they're gonna call to the stand?
Oh, anybody that they can.
Janitors, the people, garage, everybody's getting called.
Everybody. I mean, the person that sweeps the floor.
No, seriously, the janitors. Somebody's
everybody.
mom is going to get ready to pulled up. We're laughing at it, but the reality of it is somebody's grandmother.
Wait, because grandma might pay these bills. Hold on, y'all. So the portion of the show
it's important.
Sponsored by The Sphere.
We love
Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Again, the number is 832-772-7789 or email us at advertise@thesphere.tv. Yay.
Yes. Woo, awesome. You guys definitely, if you are a business owner and you definitely want, this is the best, honestly, thing to partner with.
I mean, I honestly,
seriously, it's a great opportunity. So much opportunity.
It's like the web, the internet. This is the wave of the future, right?
It really is.
Television as normal, right? So it's not just cable; it's everything. So
this is the way to connect.
This is the way you connect. This is what I would do.
This is exactly what I would do. This is what we're doing, actually.
This is what I do, because you think so many ways to push your product, and this is what you want to do. You want to push your business in new and fresh ways.
Come on, modern day Cindy.
Different.
You better.
Come on. You have to. You have to.
Such a lady. Such a lady.
I'm always a lady because it's because of my beauty.
Because of your beauty.
Okay, but seriously though, who else they calling to the stand? A mama? They call his mama.
It's probably going to be next.
His mama's coming to the stand. So, y'all.
Go ahead.
I like to fly.
I knew you were going to go there.
I do like to fly. And early on in the spring, we were talking about the disputes on the plane.
So many.
Now we're talking about the high airfare. And this is not just because of summer travel. Sometimes, in the summer, peak time, winter, summer, holiday season, airlines, they tend to charge a little bit more. Overbook, under-deliver type of thing. It happens.
I almost said an airline. I did so good.
You did. But apparently a lot of the airports across the nation are expanding, and the airlines are expanding as well. Not only are they expanding, they're changing the configuration of some of the planes. A lot of things are happening, and with that, they're expecting to increase the amount of flights, the price of flights, right? The price of flights is going to go up. They say about 34%, which it could be a lot. Right? That could be a lot. That expansion is not happening this year, but it's going to happen in the next few years because they have $12 billion to pay for some of this things. Some of the airlines are even reporting that along with the changes that they're anticipating, they're also anticipating, check this out, changing coach again, less coach room for more seats, for more rows.
Now,
of
Bianca,
seats.
go for it. Go for it.
I can't be
Is
any
this
more
a gradual
uncomfortable.
change? Is this
Well, no, this
fair?
is gonna be
this pricing? Is this gradually? Because is it like right now?
So it started last year slowly.
So
but between now
they're going to
and
be strategic about
2021,
that. They're not. They
gonna
can't
be,
just do it.
So it's like a 5-year thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing we have to be concerned about is there are major airports that are aligned with major airlines that are aligned with smaller airlines. So it used to be that you can get to the smaller airlines to avoid some things, but even now you might miss out on some things. We just, I can't be any more uncomfortable on the plane than, you can't take out any more rows and charge me more. I just don't know. My knees I'm tall.
She's
then
in my
people
knees.
leaning back into my seat.
And
I gotta
truth be
pay
told,
extra for a first class.
I don't.
Because they're not going to change first class. It's just coach.
My
No.
concern is that I do not think the economy needs to take another hit.
Well, for them, it's not another hit, and which is interesting. They don't think it's another hit. For them, they feel like it's a necessity because they feel like more people are flying, and I feel like I think it's the exact opposite. I think more people are starting to drive again and hit the road.
But we just did a show that said that, well, actually no, we didn't do a show on this, but I read an article that said that a lot of people are not are flying as much. People are doing more road trips because of the cost, and plus like with Airbnb and all this other kind of stuff, people are making more road trips back and forth. They're not getting on the planes anymore.
Yeah,
But
because-
in the
And
economy
also in
seats-
addition with the new potential travel bans and all this other
lot of
kind of
people
stuff,
don't feel comfortable going through the
travel
airport.
regulations, especially for international travel, people are kind of scaling back, and you can actually see that.
Yeah.
Like I think Expedia did this whole little span saying that they were concerned because they're typically people that travel internationally book further in advance. I think their percentage was down like by 32% for international travel.
A lot of people haven't because people don't want to deal with the hassle.
And it is a hassle.
It's a hassle.
But isn't the economy seats the ones that are mostly getting taken when they do fly? I mean, first class is there, but I'm saying, isn't the economy seats the more popular seats?
Absolutely.
More
But
people.
But I guess in their mind, well, if we add more rows, we get more people. But the issue has been
You're adding more rows, and now the price is going up.
the issue has been that you overbook so much. So maybe they
Which
think
is what the issue with right
so
now.
maybe they feel like, well, there's no more overbooking if we add more rows.
It may
And
be
then maybe that's the
the
answer.
The space may be tighter, but guess what? Everybody's going to be on the
So
plane.
we don't have to worry about anybody get kicked off. Nobody's on video, and we have to worry about.
Yeah, she went there again.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, you are like
People
1-2 in
dragging.
it today,
Okay.
Kira.
No.
Good.
I love
This
it.
is good because normally I'm
giving
the
me
one
life.
tour.
No,
You're knocking it out.
I'm bringing all the stories full, like a sphere, full circle.
Oh,
You're
I
giving,
love it.
You're
Oh, she's
giving
so
the
great
viewers
with it.
life.
She's so
You're
great
giving
with
the
it.
viewers life today.
So what's going on with Uber?
You tell me, because people are getting fired left and right. people
getting fired. They've never been
fired
fired before.
People getting fired. People are resigning. You have somebody making inappropriate comments. Board members are resigning because they're talking,
I don't know
sexist
what's
comments.
going on with Uber. Like it
thought
just went from
Uber-
just out of nowhere. It was like, ooh, what's Uber?
Then they said-
everybody Ubered.
What is that? Uber CEO said he had to take a leave of absence because his mother was sick, but they really think it has something to do with him. Like it's just a lot going on.
Harassment, sexism, human resource violations. The company has the company has actually been under fire a lot.
Yeah, I think
dealing with harassments and even lawsuits. Even with that, I think that's why they made even tighter before they went to the C-suite.
Yeah.
Tighter regulations with just Uber drivers.
Yes.
Needing to have their background checked and all that other kind of stuff. But now the C-suite is actually starting to get kind of hit.
So would that be like it trickles down from the top?
Where the head goes, the body will follow.
I'm just the facts, guys. So was this like the culture of Uber when it started? Like, was this the culture that it was? Because you think look at your leadership, right? And how was training? When Uber first started, right? Because now it's so big, like we can't really track that. But what was the training? What was what was going on here? Do not have sex with another employee unless. Like, I mean, do not have another. You're like, so you can't have sex with another employee unless Unless
You guys, we live in a different world.
What?
I remember
That's
my mother
part of
used
the
to always
handbook.
say that, like, well, baby, keep on living.
You never think you have to put that in fine print.
You do.
This
Unless-
is a part of
These are the
like
rules.
what they tell you. Like, this is the world that we live in, guys.
Well, I mean, I guess for them, it's kind of hard to say. We can't tell you not to date someone because you're an Uber driver. And listen, not to say Uber
But if
driver
you do have sex,
no, but more is like we can't, because it's so many of you guys. We don't know who drives.
it's a
who
lot.
doesn't. So we
It's
can't
a
tell.
lot.
We can't
True.
control the relationships you have. But make sure it's a welcomed relationship, meaning like you didn't lock nobody in the
Yeah.
Uber car. Like, make sure you, both people know that they're aware in a relationship. Like, these are the rules. But in the C-suite, I would think that the people in the C-suite would know that you can't, when we're talking about sexual harassment in a meeting, you can't actually make a sexist comment. And this is why he had to resign.
everything that seems like common sense may not necessarily
What
be.
I just said that it's
Amen.
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we keep on seeing this sexual harassment thing happen a lot with news stations.
I think you think it's a does it go back to privilege?
Oh man.
Does it have something to do with people not feeling like they have to respect the rules that everyone else have to respect?
Well, you did say where the head goes, the body is sure to follow. Well, I mean, our president said something. I'm
Come on,
just gonna make
follow Bianca.
I mean, out of nowhere, Bianca was all. It was this very nice
Speaks
little
experience.
kind of voice.
On Instagram. Please follow her.
Please do.
Because you never know when she gonna hit you with a
1, 2.
1, 2.
I'm learning.
I
I'm
wasn't
learning
ready.
from the best.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she put it on
Okay,
us.
So let me
It's
ask
on
you. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Now let me ask you:
Uh-huh.
Do we care or should we care that things are changing again at another news network? Well, it's really at NBC.
Yeah.
Megyn Kelly has this show coming up soon where she's interviewing one of our favorite Trump guys. And on the reason why it's controversial, because of course we knew, like, back, we saw Fox pulled out from advertisers pulled out from Fox. We saw that we had to CNN cut their losses quickly. They made sure nobody pulled out.
Oh,
they
very much
immediately
so.
let go of I can't think of her name right now, but on NBC,
Redhead.
Redhead. I can't think of her name right now, but on the NBC, there's some advertisers that are pulling out because they said that she's interviewing this. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. And
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Thank you, guys. Alex Jones, because he's one of the ones that didn't believe that Sandy Hook really happened. He did not believe that. He's a funny guy. He has a theory that the Sandy Hook school massacre did not happen. He believes September 11th was an inside job. And people like J.P. Morgan Chase, they pulled out of his advertisement. Now they're one of the ones that they're saying that it's not going to be forever, but up until now and until that this actual interview occurs, they haven't ran any Chase commercials on NBC. Also, the Sandy Hook Promise Foundation, they're in uproar. Parents are in uproar. People who have lost family members from September 11th are pissed off about it. Like, so this man is, I don't know what you would call this guy.
So is everything an inside job? So every massive shooting,
well, he's a theorist, and
event.
he's a conspiracy theorist, and they're really upset that she's giving him this type of air. And he cast down on Sandy Hook. I'm like, I don't know how you could do that, because that actually happened. I don't necessarily. I thought they actually got somebody for that. I don't know. It's just a lot with that.
So the only reason why I'm going to say we should care is because I'm going to say that there's, I think there's always a little hope.
Come on, Hope.
I always hold on to a little hope.
The audacity of Hope. Come on, Hope.
So, and the reason why is because I think a lot of people don't think that, people's voice are not heard. Actually, it is. Because if enough people rally against it, if enough people hashtag, and if it comes across as not being inclusive, advertisers are now telling you that not only are they going to pull out, they'll go to someone else.
They go to someone else.
Anytime
People
people don't play with money.
When money
Especially
is
not
involved,
big money. And we've seen it with O'Brien, because I'll be honest, that made a believer out of me, because I'm like, they're not going to pull out of O'Reilly.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. Because why? Because he's Bill O'Reilly. But guess what? You had some big names that pulled out, and they pulled out quickly.
Well, they pull out quickly because dollars were assigned
Because
to
dollars, because people's perspective.
But it's funny that NBC's position is like, well, we're not going to put too much energy into it because a lot of the advertisers are going to come back.
Yeah.
So it's not a big thing. It's a one-time thing.
I say we care because of the negativity.
Absolutely.
People gravitate towards negativity, no matter what it is. Think about the reality shows. Think about everything that's going on in news. People are gravitating towards the negativity. So we're trying to push positivity, but you can't help but, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what the next thing's going to come out of his mouth. And if he continues on this road, more and more people are going to follow this.
Well, I hope that everybody has a theory about something. I mean, some people believe that Tupac is still alive. I think the people that believe Elvis was still alive, I think they finally let that go. He has a theory about, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people think their theories are logical. For whatever reason. They feel like they have some logic behind it that backs them. I don't know. I just think it's interesting that here it is again. We're talking about advertising, because the story is really not about him.
No.
It's about the advertising dollars. And
of course.
if in fact it's going to hurt NBC and NBC's position on it, and their position is we're not really going to put too much attention to it, because the advertisers that are leaving, they're leaving only until that advertising interview runs, and then they're coming back. So it's a different perspective, and I wonder what's driving that, but we'll talk about that another day.
So you know what, we really appreciate you. First and foremost, thank you so much, Bianca, for coming in. We absolutely, truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Kira, we appreciate her, and we absolutely adore her.
Don't you appreciate
Bianca?
No, that's not what I wasn't saying. That was not what I was saying. I was saying no,
you don't want her to leave.
No,
No.
so much I wanted to say. I wanted to share.
I know, and you know what? Because we need you to tune in next time. It's really, really important that you do. We want you here. Keep in mind, you guys, the purpose of this show is to provide groundbreaking stories and editorials that ignite perspectives, excite passion, and invoke social conscience. Again, my name is Allison Bullock, and you can follow me at Miranda Inc. on Instagram.
My name is Kira Laws, and you can follow me at the Modern Day Cindy on Instagram. And who are you?
And my name is Bianca Harris. I'm the motivational speaker, and you can follow me on Instagram at Speaks Experience.
We appreciate you. Please do not forget to like, follow, share, and definitely subscribe, because we want you to hear all this, and we need your feedback. You're part of this. Remember, this is iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher,
SoundCloud.
And SoundCloud. Have you guys know we have really rehearsed this to make sure that we get every single person that you can subscribe to. So we appreciate you. We love you. Oh my gosh, we got a super clap. We thank you, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a great night. We love you.